So let's talk a little bit about your data itself. You've almost certainly got voter data. You've almost certainly got what we'd call second-party donor data for people who are contributors to other organizations. And is that useful and important? Well, yes, of course it is, because it shows where people are engaging and where they're interacting right now, or where they have before. Much like the beautiful branches on this tree that I'm standing in front of. But if you can see any of it, this tree also has some very impressive roots that are a lot wider than the top of the tree. And this is really the concept of data that I'd like to talk a little bit about today, is multi-sourcing, but multi-sourcing with different kinds of information from different places. Everyone in political and nonprofit fundraising and marketing knows that there is a much wider for-profit space and retail uses of very niche types of data. They don't immediately seem relevant to what you're trying to do if you're advocating for a particular candidate or issue. But if you open your analytic mind up to the concept that people who buy certain types of products and people who engage with certain types of media are going to be able to segment and relate to audiences that you can define, audiences that you're used to, people who vote or give in these ways. I once worked on an analytic project which basically was around an environmental advocacy organization, and when we did their predictive modeling using this wider type of multi-sourced data that I'm talking about, we actually found that one of the key predictors about their audiences was the type of furniture that they like to buy, and in that case it was mostly Williams-Sonoma. Kind of a long story, but they had never used that type of data and never seen how it could affect their modeling. The campaign outcome from that project was very strong, and the campaign outcome from your projects is even more important. So if there is this much wider use of data that you have the ability to join to your file, to use to drive analytics, to better understand how people use their money so that you can better understand how to ask them for their gift, then tap into it. It's readily available to you. You don't have to just play around in the branches. You can get down to the roots.